You, what up? What up? What up? What's popping? We back with RKT appraisals. You feel me? What's going on, guys? What's popping with you? What's good?
Going on? What's going on?
What's going on,
How you
fellas?
doing?
Going
How you
on?
doing?
Chilling. So today we're gonna be talking about how investing life insurance can make you some goddamn money. So how we gonna make this happen, people? You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let y'all, take over and let the people know what's good.
Okay. Well, yeah, what's going on? Thanks for the platform, guys, once again. Well, the first things first, before we even get to anything, I just want to highlight that this month, the month of April, is Financial Literacy Month. It is Financial Literacy Month. So a lot of things are going on. This whole month, we're going to be talking about different topics from compound interest to different strategies in the market, how your money can grow, things of that nature. So before we even got into anything else, I just want to highlight that this is Financial Literacy Month. So we're going to educate families on financial literacy, the how to make money, how to invest it, where to save it, things of that nature. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So how can people actually, get this shit popping with the life insurance though? Like how does that make people money? Because I know people try to do it with the stock market, people try to do it with the mutual funds. So is there a way to do this with life insurance? How does that work?
Okay, so pretty much how it works. Well, a lot of people have the wrong notion about life insurance. They think about just the coverage amount and they think that is super, super expensive too.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Let's define life insurance, please.
Okay, the life insurance simple is the transfer of risk. It's a company transferring risk to you as a client or customer. So how it works is just like how you have insurance on your phone, just like how you have insurance on your car, you'll pay a monthly premium or annual premium for that company's service. God forbid something happens to you, you pass away, your family will get the proceeds. Simple.
Nice.
So that's pretty much how it works in a nutshell, in the lamest terms.
Right. So basically you got to care about your family to want to get some life insurance. But if you don't give a fuck about them, you're like, fuck it.
Well, absolutely. You gotta care about somebody. And a lot of times we'll get that, like, oh well, it's just me. I don't need to get life insurance because I don't have no kids, I don't got no wife, or I don't got no husband. It's just me. So I tell people this all the time. Who's the closest person to you?
Right.
Because what happens is if you don't get life insurance, you're selfish. I tell people that all the time. You're selfish. Because it's not about you. You're gonna be dead and gone. What about the person who got to worry about how they're going to bury you? How they going, what they're going to tell any loved ones that you have left over if you do have, so it's not about that specific person, it's about the people around that person. That's what the life insurance is really about.
Right. Like I got a nephew, so that would be good for my nephew.
Exactly.
Right. Absolutely. Exactly. Absolutely.
And the new life insurance. And the new life insurance too, it gives you living benefits too. So the new age life insurance ain't just when you die. If you come across a real scenario where you got a critical illness or chronic illness, they'll cover you too. So the old school life insurance is like you got to die to get the benefits. Nowadays, with a lot of new life insurance products, you don't have to die. Something serious happened, you know what I mean? You get your leg chopped off, or something crazy happens, or you get a crazy illness, or terminal illness. You actually get most of that money up front, so you can live out the rest of your life the way you're supposed to with all that money. Just want to highlight that too.
Right.
Absolutely. Super, super important. That's like the 2.0 version of life insurance today. Definitely living benefits. Give you access to your money while you're alive to keep you alive. With health insurance.
Hold up. Is Kaleem stunting on niggas with the flat screen on the wall? Is that
That's that broker money, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, though. That's what's up.
No, that's cool.
So how does it work though? How does the life insurance actually work? Like break it down for us.
What we do is that we'll conduct a financial analysis on the client. What that does for us, it helps us know how much money is coming in, how much money is going out. If they have any savings, if they have any emergency funds, things of that nature, to let us know how much coverage they need. I will let a client know how much coverage they need and versus how much they can actually afford. I will find some common medium ground for them, and we do this thing called DIME. It's an acronym for debt, income, mortgage, and education. So by going through the acronym, it could help us understand more of that person's criteria and help suit their needs that they,
So just for all of our people who follow us and people who watch us, Dime don't always got to be about a chick, right?
Exactly.
Stop helping with your finances as well.
Right. Yeah.
Definitely.
Right, so after that, what's the next step? After you figure out the personal finances and what kind of coverage they need, what kind of coverage they afford, what's the next step after that?
So the next step now, because we market for so many different companies, we shop around now. Now we go shopping for the client. We'll talk to different companies. We'll run illustrations, run quotes for different companies and see what's the best solution for them, based on the criteria that they gave us, So it's an actual chart. We could actually break down numbers on how much it's going to cost on a monthly/yearly basis.
So do you have something like that that we could show real quick?
Yeah, absolutely, definitely.
Right.
Pull that.
Yeah, pull that up, Lucario.
Which one is it? This one right here?
The first one. Before I even get into that one.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, so what everyone is seeing in front of them, John Doe, obviously made up name. John Doe's a male. He's 35 years old, right? And so we ran him a quote for $150,000 worth of coverage. $150,000 worth of coverage. Before I even go on, how much do y'all think that policy costs per month for $150,000 worth of coverage?
I don't know, probably like $200 a month or something.
Less than that. It's actually $129 per month that John is spending on his policy. This policy also comes with the terminal illness, chronic illness. So like Rashid was saying about the living benefits, those are your living benefits. Those are endorsements. What are endorsements? Those are riders that are attached to the policy. It's almost like getting a car that's like fully loaded, or getting a car that's stock, or getting a car that's fully loaded. Getting a car that's fully loaded is basically your living benefits. You get all the features that comes along with it. So just for $129 a month with your living benefits, you can get $150,000 worth of coverage. So this is something called an IUL. It's an index universal life policy. With the policy, it's an index, so it's attached to the market, so it gets all the gains that the market gets. So when the market goes up, your money goes up with it. When the market goes down, your money gets locked into place. The thing is, your money gets locked into place, but if you have if your interest rate can fluctuate as well. Your money won't drop, but the interest rate with the market will go up and down. But you won't lose a dime. You would only gain. So that's the index part. U stands for universal. So what does that mean? That means it's flexible. That means, let's say, one day I want to put the minimum you could put is $129. Right. So let's say one day I want to put in $129, or for 1 month, I should say, and then let's say you have an extra couple dollars at the end of the following month, you could add more money to it to overfund your policy. And the thing is, you want to overfund your policy. Why? Because the more that you overfund your policy, the more cash value that you'll accumulate during retirement age.
Right.
So that's the goal. The goal is for you to have something for yourself during retirement age. So not only is it coverage, not only is it a life insurance policy, but it also has a savings account, which is your cash value, which is usually accumulating at anywhere between 8 to 12 interest, depending on how the market's doing. So that's that part right there. If you scroll back up like how you was doing earlier, I could show them the other part.
Oh, the other part with this one right here?
Yeah. Okay. So if you look in the middle at the top, it says account value. That's your cash value, right? So at age 65, my eyes a little bad, but at age 65, that's over $65,000 in your cash value that's accumulated with the interest, right? And if you look all the way to your right where it says death benefit, right? That's your cash value with your original amount of coverage. So that's your $150,000 plus your $65,000. Now with a whole life policy, you have to choose which one is greater. With an IUL, you get to choose both of them. You get to choose your cash. You get to take your cash value and your death benefit. Well, your beneficiary would take your death benefit. But let's say if you wanted to use your cash value at any point in time, it's your money. You can do whatever you want with it. It's like a savings account. And to add to that, it's your cash value can be taxed, but your death benefit, which is your coverage, will not be taxed.
Oh, nice.
Right. So that's pretty much how that works. You know, you could dip into it at any time. It's your money. It's your savings. You can use it for whatever. It's your cash value. And the beauty about it is, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rock. Go ahead.
Yeah, and to interject, take that off the screen real quick for me. What I want to highlight, what everybody just missed. If you get that policy at the age of 35 and retire at 65, so 30 years later, you get back 65,000. To break down real numbers, that's an interest rate of 20% of return on your investment. I don't know about nobody else out here. 20% on top of dollar, that's a lot of money. That means if you got $1, you're making 20 cents on every dollar. So I don't think you caught what he just said. Pretty much, you'll pay $54,000 into the policy, but you'll get back an extra $10,000 30 years later. What's even better about that, God forbid you do die, you get that full $150,000 on the spot, or your beneficiaries. So that means if you get the policy today and you literally die tomorrow, somebody's getting paid $150,000. But if you live out your policy and something else happened, you get sick or critically ill, whatever the case is, you're getting most of that money. So you're gonna get roughly around $100 to $120,000 in your pocket. And in the worst case scenario, nothing happens. And not the worst case scenario, because you want to live. You don't want nothing to happen. But
you want to be alive, right?
in the best case scenario, you still get a rate of 20% return, only for $129 a month. Now, and that's 35.
Right.
Now, imagine if you got it way younger, what the profit margin is. And this is barely doing nothing. What's 129 if you're getting back 20% down the line? I'm just saying.
Right. That's a great point.
I got a question though, right? Y'all talking all this flowery shit. You know, y'all making it sound like it's all good. But how do these people get paid? Because they're not just gonna do this out the goodness of their heart. Let's follow the money. Where the money going? How do these people get paid?
You want me to grab this one, K? You got it.
Yeah, you got it. Go ahead.
Yeah, so pretty much at the end of the day, going back to all the topics we talked about before, it's all about the stock market. What insurance companies do is they take your money and they invest it and they flip your money. That's why they can lend you that money. Right. So you go ahead and pay that little premium or whatever the case is. That $100 they might be making $200, $300, $400 on the $100 you give them per month. That's why they're able to front you that money up front. So that's the name of the game. At the end of the day, they take your money, flip it a few times, and give you back really a real small percentage. That 20%, but it's still massive. But they might have quadrupled their profit on it. But that's how they make their money.
That's how it works, and that's how you're able to get, because they're making like 3-4 times on the market. That's how they're able to benefit your family after you die, or able to give you that cash value if something happens to you.
Right.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Yep. You know, that's something that a lot of people don't truly understand about the power of the market, because there's a lot of look, whether you know it, and I said this before on another show, but whether you know it or not, you are already investing in the stock market. But whether you're benefiting from that investment is up to you, right? Because I said this before, where we had a savings account or something, like when we first started doing business, we first started banking. And then I think we had a few G's in there, right? And we wanted to buy some equipment like a camera or something. We went to the bank and tried to take out the money, and they told us that it wouldn't be available for a couple of days. And we're looking at them like, what are you talking about? Right. Where's my money? Stop playing with me. Where's my money?
Right.
But the truth of the matter is, you got your money. Say you got $10,000 in the savings account with whatever bank, Bank of America, whoever.
Right.
They're giving you an interest rate of 0.0006, something small, right? So you put $1,000, and after a year, you probably make literally 6 cents on your $1,000, literally 6 cents. But while you're sleeping, your $10,000 that you have in the savings account, they took it from the savings account. I mean, on paper, in theory, your money is sitting there. Yes. They actually took it from your account and put it in the stock market and bet on Tesla. Right. In the stock market and bet on a mutual fund that they're attached to. They took it from the stock market and put it in some hedge fund that they got their man's managing or something. And your $10,000 and because Tesla shot up 200%, they done made maybe $30,000 on your 10,000. You understand?
Yep.
So the day when you come to get your money, you can't get it right away because they have to, look at how much money they made on the stock market, subtract your 10,000, put it back in your account, and then you're able to withdraw it. That's why there's a difference between checking accounts and savings accounts. Savings accounts, best believe they are taking your money and using it.
Right.
Checking account. Sometimes they do, like if you have a certain amount of money and they pay attention to your spending and they say he only used maybe $500 a week.
Right.
So he'll never really come for the full amount on a given day. So while he's doing his thing, we're gonna leave maybe 1,500 in there and then use everything else from the checking account. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But the savings account, they're using the whole damn thing. Because they don't expect you to come because it's a savings account. So they don't expect you to come to them and be like, yo, I need my money now. You understand? So while you're doing that, we're over here.
They got more time.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's why I'm saying, understand that it's actually better for you to do something like Robinhood. It's better for you to do something like what they're talking about with the life insurance policy, because that $129 that you keep putting into that regular stupid savings account that's only getting you 0.0006 on your interest on your money would have been doing better in a life insurance policy, because now your family has benefit, and if something happens to you, you get benefit off of the $129 that you putting in every month.
Right.
So there's a lot of, like what Rashida said, he said there's a lot of old school ways of thinking of money, and then there's a lot of new ways of thinking of money. And we have to understand that with the advent of things like Robinhood, with the advent of Vanguard and cryptocurrency, life insurance policies such as this, all these different things, there's a lot of different and better ways for us to do things with our money. You understand? So all of you, just to speak for our fans that follow us in our main channels, all of you dudes that's worried about hypergamy and all of that shit, this is the type of shit that you need to be doing with your money, to encourage whatever chick you got in your life to stay with you, because she see that you got financial literacy and you're thinking for the future. You understand what I'm saying? So these are very important things.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Absolutely.
I love it.
But what I want to add to that is that I tell people is that they be like, Kayleen, where should I put my money? And I tell them, to be honest with you, you need to put it in 3 different market strategies. You should have some money in the bank, not all of it, but you should have some money in the bank. You should have some money in the variable market. Not all of it. It shouldn't be your last that you're gambling with, or because it's still risky. So you should have some, but you should have some money in the variable market, and also you should have some money in the index, right? So I tell people, they ask me, where should I put my money? Put it in the 3 different market strategies that I tell you. Put some in the bank, have a little to play with in the market, and put some of your money in the index, which is life insurance. Just wanted to add that.
Thanks.
Nah, that's some real shit. That's some real shit. And so let's say
hold on.
Bonds, nigga.
Hold on a second.
You trying to play some?
Yeah, hold on.
You need to diversify your bonds, nigga.
You feel me?
No, I was gonna say, like, so when let's say a person's like, okay, I'm gonna do this, but they feel like, because people are like, man, I got so much bills, I got all this other stuff. So is there, like, what's the cheapest? What's the cheapest amount a person can pay for life insurance? As far as
you want to take it? Or you want me to get it?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to cheapest, I mean that's not necessarily the real thing. But then it comes down to what can I afford. So the real thing is, and that's why we work with a brokerage firm, and what they do is we shop all the policies. So when Kayleen was speaking earlier on, as far as finding the best product for you, we literally find the best product for you, the best product for your price, the best product for the coverage the type of coverage you're going to get, the best product for the coverage you're getting. So what does that mean? Is that, listen, you don't got that much money, but you own a house, you may want to get a decrease in term, you want to get a term policy. It lasts 25, 30 years, doesn't cost that much. Honestly, that's probably one of the best affordable ones. If you got like a mortgage or a house loan or anything like that, those can run you depending on your age. anywhere from as low as honestly $10 a month to upwards of $200-$300, depending on how high the limit you want. So that's why it's always about you. So you might want to get a policy for $50,000. You might want to get a policy for $500,000. It's about how much you can afford, but there's a number out there for everybody. But the good thing about us is that literally we shop a whole bunch of life insurance companies, should I say. So we're not committed to just one person. We work with 30 different insurance companies. So we don't work for the ones that have the commercial. We work for all the people that's on the commercials on TV and the people you never see. So we don't have to commit to nobody. Like, so at the end of the day, we're going to get you the best rate and the best policy. So if you only have $50 a month, we got you. If you only have $10, $15 a month, we got you. You won't have $1 million in coverage, but you got something. So that's what I tell people at the end of the day.
Right.
And just to piggyback off that. No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mark.
No, I was just going to say that I think people in general need to understand that it's still your money. Mm-hmm. It's still your money. It's just that you're being strategic with your money, because the average person that comes from where we come from is like, nigga, I need all that.
Right.
Man, the average person that come from where we come from is like $15, $50, $129. Nigga, I'm gonna need all of that money. You feel me? But the thing is, it's like, not all of us are gonna die tomorrow, bro. Like, I know you feel that way because they killing niggas in Milwaukee for having, expired tags and registrations and shit. I get it. But if you got kids, if you got somebody you care about, you got somebody, somebody in your life that may live longer than you. You want to, leave something behind, at least to bury your ass. You understand? Because the truth be told, a lot of us get stuck in the morgue because the family ain't got the money.
Right.
And you could, you had a job and you could have done something to prevent that. You feel me? So, you want to give your family a chance to have closure, at least, because what is the average funeral expenses like, guys?
The average funeral today at minimum $10,000, and that's just like basic. Wow. That's basic. It's not even a decent funeral.
You see what I'm saying? So that's real shit. So you want to be able to leave a little nest egg for your fam to take care of you. You know what I'm saying? And remember, the funeral is not for you. You dead and gone. You don't give a fuck.
Right.
The funeral is for your family. They want to pay their last respects. They want to have closure. They want to have that emotional completeness. That comes with putting you to rest. Now, me personally, I don't really, I don't really mess with all that shit. But like I said, it doesn't matter that I don't fuck with it.
Right.
You understand? I have family members that's going to be like, damn, where the money at to bury this nigga? You know what I'm saying? And if I don't leave nothing, they're going to be like, see, I knew he was a fucking asshole.
Right.
His whole life, I called him an asshole, but now that he's dead, he's still a fucking asshole.
Right.
He ain't leave nothing for us to bury him with. Now I got to go. Now you think about it. Your sister, your mom, everybody got to go into their pocket to come up with $10,000 to bury your dumb ass.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, so it's a level of care. It's a level of respect. There's a lot of things that are, beneficial to having this type of strategy when it comes to your money. But go ahead, Kay.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm gonna kind of piggyback on what you were saying, right? So now think about it. Like, here's the thing. Everybody got money for life insurance, because here's the reason why. You know what the insurability is based off of? Your age and your health, right? And I'm not saying everybody's in great health, but you're in the decent health to get a policy. You're young enough to get a policy, right? But here's the thing. It's all about education. And that's why we lead with financial literacy. Hence Financial Literacy Month, RKT appraisals. Anyway, so what happens is that if I sit down with a client, right, I'm talking to them about their finances, right? Not only am I talking about their finances, but I'm trying to figure out where their head is at. How important from a scale of 1 to 10 is this to you?
Right.
If it's not that important to you, I'm not wasting my time.
Right.
I'm not wasting my time, because I can get you a policy tomorrow and then the following month it elapses because you didn't see the value in it. So the money was there. So the value is not just in the currency, in the dollar. It's in the mindset. That's what the value is. So that's number one. Number two, look at all of our people dying from police brutality, right? Imagine if everybody had at bare minimum $1 million policy. You think that the cops would still do the same thing that they're doing today? Absolutely not. You know why? Because they know if they shot one of us, every single time they shot one of us, they would have the companies would have to pay out millions and millions of dollars to each and every family.
Bro,
so just something as simple as that would change the world.
Wait, hold up.
That was powerful what you just said though, bro. Like that.
You see? That's why Black lives don't fucking matter.
Exactly, because we ain't got no money.
Niggas ain't got no fucking insurance policies.
I'm telling you, real talk, bro.
Black lives, look, bro, Black lives literally don't matter, bro. Like literally, like when you die, your family ain't getting shit.
They ain't getting nothing. But if every time, like it got, even from years upon years of police brutality and all our people, dying from it. You know what I'm saying? Literally, generational wealth would have been created from this process. And what have we gotten from these years? Nothing.
You all know how deep that is, though, what you just said, though, because the reality of the situation is not only would families increase in money, but at the end of the day, if we had life insurance policies, we would have money to back it up. So at the end of the day, that person, that kid that got shot or whatever, we wouldn't need GoMe funds and the news media to just help us out. If you had a $500,000 policy, you could take out a retainer, $100,000 on a real good lawyer to say X, Y, Z. And if that trend continues, it's going to be a problem. Plus, on top of that, let's really be real. All these people that are getting killed, that means a lot of insurance companies are paying a lot of money. All those people that invest in insurance companies like ourselves, that we're smart, but those other people that have been in the investment company, they're going to be losing money in the market because all these policies paying out, which is going to cause somebody to say something to somebody and stop killing people. It's crazy, bro.
That's what I'm saying. These fucking companies you would hear Geico starting fucking programs to train cops more to fucking. You understand what? Like it would change the whole fucking shit, man. Yo. Okay, that's some deep fucking shit, bro.
Bro. And I came to that conclusion just from talking to so many people and seeing things in the media. It came to me. This is why it's so important. It's a mission for us. It's not even just about selling a policy to somebody. We could sell a policy to anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's a real mission for us. We trying to make sure that everyone, not only that we love and care about, but who they love and care about as well, is covered and they properly protected. Because of the situations like this.
Facts. Oh my God. That shit. I swear to God, I didn't even think this episode or discussion would even get that deep. But based on Devontae Wright situation, and while that's happening, they on a trial for Chauvin for putting his knee on
George Floyd.
And all this. You know what I'm saying? DMX just passed. Like,
right,
bro.
Shit.
The whole movement, Black Lives Matter. But let me tell you something, man. In this world, and I'm just being real, I'm not trying to necessarily shit on all of that, the Black Lives Matter movement and nothing like that. But what I'm trying to say is, let's get to what really fucking matters in this world and in this society.
Right.
Money, bro.
Absolutely.
Money. Absolutely. And the reason why they feel like they can murder niggas like that is because of shit like this, that we're not educated about shit like this.
Right.
Because when the average white, that's why they go look for the white people when they missing. Because they know that little Susie probably got a fucking $1 million fucking coverage on her. And the insurance company is literally paying the search party like, yo, go find that bitch because I'm not trying to spend this $1 million on this hoe.
Yep.
That's literally.
That's some real shit.
Seriously, if you look at it, Geico, Progressive, like the other day, I moved states the other day, and I literally had to call them up, and I had to change the construct of my policy based on the state. Now, somebody might look at that and think it's not that important, but what you have to understand about that is that each insurance company, they look at the different things of the state. Like, for example, in Florida, did you know that you can get your windshield replaced once a year, every year for free? Because in Florida, it gets so hot, and because there is so many instances of pebbles flying and hitting your windshield, that it makes more sense for them to send like satellite mom and pop companies to come replace your windshield for free. The insurance company will pay for it because it actually makes them more money that way, because they make a deal with the Safe Lights and the windshield repair companies in the state. You understand? Now, just looking at that example, if Geico and Progressive and all of them is doing that for the state of Florida and making deals with the mom and pop shops that replaced windshields in a particular state, can they make deals with the police departments? Can they make deals with the fucking with the EMS and the paramedics?
Right.
Can they make deals with the contractors and people who, you know, supply solar panels for the house and people who insure different aspects of middle class life?
Right.
This is what they do. So what I'm trying to say is Black lives can actually matter, not just a bunch of fucking people running around with picket signs. No, Black lives can actually matter if we did what we were supposed to do with our money.
Right.
Absolutely.
Because if we're doing what we're supposed to do with our money, then the cop would remember, because Geico is going to come to town and fucking do a whole fucking seminar about, you know, why it's, you know, you have to be careful. Let's change the protocol. Let's try to preserve life. Let's de-escalate the situations. Let's do all of these things that we need to do to make sure we don't kill anybody mistakenly or for excessive use of force based on some racism shit or because you were scared or whatever. Let's figure out the protocol so we can switch it. Why? Because as an insurance company, I'm not trying to lose more money.
Exactly.
I would rather spend $500,000 to train the police in this state and do a seminar and go through extra training and give you extra body cams, and I'll do all that shit. Because I can't 200 different Black people dying in 1 month because of police brutality.
Right.
That's 200 times a million policies. What the fuck?
Right.
You do the math.
Right.
You do the math.
Facts. Facts.
That's real shit.
And it's crazy when you look at it, because you see a lot of these commercials and a lot of these news stations and all that type of stuff when this stuff happen. If you ever notice, whenever these things happen, you see them, they throw a picture of that individual with their child or whatever the case is, but that's all they throw a picture of. But when certain other individuals pass away, things of that nature, you notice that they were left behind, blah blah blah, but they also left behind with the house. A good thing they had insurance and their father had a policy, and at least they left. You hear that statement, at least. You don't hear that at least with our people. It's they left behind. That's it. Left behind a bill. And that's the real truth, though. At the end of the day, when you don't get life insurance, you leave somebody behind a bill. Not only do you leave somebody behind a bill, is you know what I mean? That statement out there, you're better off dead than alive. I hate that statement. That's a false statement. That does not apply to our community. We're actually worse off when we die. You know what I mean? Other people more off better dead than alive, because at the end of the day, though, they got life insurance policy, so they cost more. Us, when we die, we actually put people more in debt, and that's crazy. That's crazy at the end of the day. So
damn, man,
Crazy.
Ooh,
wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Some real uncut stuff today, boy.
We can literally increase the value of Black lives by being strategic with our money, looking into getting insurance policies, life insurance policies, and all this type of shit.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
It's so real, man. So real.
And it just starts with us. It just starts with us. Like we have to start that. And I feel like people need to hold other people to a little higher standard. You know what I'm saying? Like it should be almost a requirement. As a matter of fact, like in the royal family, right? When they have a child, right? They get a birth from, they get a life insurance policy from birth. That new child gets a life insurance policy from birth.
Right.
What happens? The only stipulation that happens is that when that child gets older and gets married or old enough to have, or when they get older and they have a child, they have to do the same thing for that child to make sure that they have a policy for that child. Right. And mind you, when you're a kid, it's literally a couple of dollars per month, for the policy, so.
And perfect. And sorry to cut you. Reason why we bring this up, because you got to apply it to real life. just to piggyback off what Kaleem said, at the end of the day, it's used to get a policy for your kid. People think, why would I get a policy on a kid? I got a policy on my son. Why? At the end of the day, it's dirt cheap right now. Could borrow from that policy, you know what I mean, when he turns 18 to help pay for college, or buy him his first car, his little Sweet 16, whatever you want to do. Plus, on top of that, it locks it in on that low rate. So when he becomes an adult, just in case he gets diabetes or high blood pressure or something happen, he don't got to take money out of his pocket to get his life insurance policy. And if something happened to him, not only does he save money because something happened as far as your life and illness, but you could pass that on to your kid. You know what I mean? Like, and keep the cycle going. So that's how you keep saving money, making a come up. And that's literally how you build generational wealth. Literally that simple. You get your kid a life insurance policy. You could borrow from it. They keep it, lock it in a low rate, and could use that money tax-free and invest it in the market. Like, you can't win just from that one step of getting one policy. And it don't even got be $1 million.
Right. You can't. You definitely can't lose, man. And remember what we talked about before with mutual funds. Because, you know, let's say you die and you leave $1 million benefit policy to your family, right? A mutual fund that's following the S&P, the lowest it's ever been in years, in like the last 20 years, the lowest it's ever been is 6%. 6% on $1 million is $60,000. So your family takes that $1 million, puts it in a mutual fund, right? And the lowest it could be is 6%. That's 6%, $60,000, right? That's divided by 12. That's $5,000 your family gets broken off with every month. That could pay damn near 5 mortgages. That's 5 houses for your whole family. You understand? Or whatever they need. You see what I'm saying? That it's, you know, it's just ridiculous. And I swear, man, I didn't even see that coming. That shit hit me like a ton of bricks when you said that shit, because they talking all this Black Lives Matter shit. But what is the value of a black life monetarily? I'm not saying it to sound shallow, but let's be real. Because if they knew, if the cop was coming into the situation thinking that we was worth that much, the bitch wouldn't have made no fucking mistake. She would have grabbed the taser instead of the gun.
And on top of that, they probably go to jail even more for that, because then they would actually make it more punishable. Like, yo, you can't be killing these niggas out here because it's costing way too much in these situations. I'm telling you.
It's true.
You know what I mean? Like, it'll be a whole other thing. You know what I'm saying?
They would get more jail time because that's a bigger debt to society. Literally. Literally.
Exactly. And the thing is, like I said, we black people, we got the money. We're $1 trillion market.
Right.
We're $1 trillion market. How much money we spend on Jordans every year?
Right.
How much money we spend on different, designers every year? How much money we spend on things that we don't really need? And I'm not telling people not to have those. I have Jordans too. I like Jordans, but I'm not spending my last couple dollars on it. I'm not spending, like my last on the things that don't matter. I'm making sure the things that are in place first. Then I'll worry about the things that I, want later. You get what I'm saying? That's the problem that we have. A lot of times we put our wants first and then our needs later. We put our wants first and then our needs later. And that's the problem that we have, So, but yes, we're $1 trillion market. We have the money. It's the value that our people have to see in it. And somebody like myself, somebody like Rashidi, I mean, even for you guys, for your platform, it's important for all of us, for us to spread the word and tell people how important it is, starting with our family, starting with ourselves first.
Right.
First, make sure you're covered. Make sure you're okay. Make sure all your finances are in order. Make sure you have life insurance. Make sure everything is okay. Then after us, we take care, make sure everybody in our family is covered. After the family, then we spread out to our close friends and other people, just to make sure everybody's taken care of,
Right. And more importantly, call RKT Appraisals. We break all of that down for you. We're going to sit down and have these conversations like we have in here before you even get started. So there's no, like Kaleem said before, we're not just trying to randomly sell you a policy. Everybody out here selling something, though, but we out here, we selling life. We selling financial literacy. Right. So it's real. And we sit down and have that conversation. So call us, check out the website, www.rktappraisals.com. Don't hesitate. Call today. Tomorrow's ain't promised to nobody at the end of the day. So
RKT Appraisals. Where Black Lives Matter.
Exactly.
Yes.
I love
Yes,
it.
very good.
I love
Yes.
it.
Yes.
That should be a slogan. So is anything else that we didn't cover that you think people need to know about this topic, and like, you know, as far as life insurance, as far as, you know, how to make more money in the situations, like what's anything else?
I would just say for Kaleem, you want to highlight what's going on every Saturday, where to contact people to contact you, everything like that, so we can let them know about the webinars on Saturday for Financial Literacy Month.
Again, yes, for the rest of this month, every Saturday for the rest of this month is Financial Literacy Month. Yes, we're having a webinar every Saturday at 7 p.m. You can contact me at 347-651-3582. Also, you can contact Rashidi at the number below for RKT at RKT Appraisals, 973-420-5028. And we can give you more information about that. It's something that you guys definitely want to tune into. You don't want to miss this.
Yep.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So yeah, man, we appreciate y'all coming through again. You know what I'm saying? Hitting us with that fucking you know, finance game. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yo, that's some shit though today, man. Like I think that was,
man.
That shit blew our mind. That whole concept of like, yo, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Real shit. Yeah, man.
That shit is
Thanks again for having us, fellas. You know, thanks again.
Definitely.
no problem. And so everybody in the chat, appreciate y'all tuning in. And we will holler at y'all later. Remember, the truth is inside.